It's just comedy.
The Jell-O Program, starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston and Phil Harris and his orchestra.
Thank you. This is Groucho Marx. Well, here I am, stepping in over my head again.
With Fibber McGee and Molly.
Folks, this is just as new to me as it is to you.
Hello?
Hello, Mr. Benny, this is Rochester.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Well, what an original greeting.
Hello and welcome to another week of comedy, funny, haha, on Dwayne Old Time Radio. One thing, please subscribe to my channel. If you enjoy what I'm doing, subscribing is 100% free. Also, one more thing, if you have a few seconds or 1 minute, please leave a review on your preferred podcast service, especially if you're on Apple, Spotify, or really just your preferred podcast service. Thank you and hope you enjoy. The last month of comedy, funny, is here for 2023. And we're going to start the month with Fibber McGee and Molly with 2 episodes from that series. The first one is titled Hiawatha, and that aired November 7th, 1939. The second is titled Package from Uncle Sycamore Arrives, which is a Christmas-themed episode. And that one aired December 19th, 1939.
The Johnson Wax Program with Fibber McGee and Molly. The makers of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coats present Marion and Jim Jordan as Fibber McGee and Molly with Donald Novis, Bill Thompson, the Paul Taylor Choristers, and Billy Mills Orchestra. The show opens with Great Day. When your friends come in your front door, what is the first thing they see? What gives them their first impression of your home and of you as a housekeeper? It's usually your floors. And if those floors have a mellow, gleaming waxed beauty, then you have something to be proud of. If they're dull and shabby, then you needn't expect many compliments, and you'd better call your dealer and put in an emergency order for genuine Johnson's Wax. One application of Johnson's Wax will make a tremendous difference, both in the appearance of the floors and in protection against wear. Johnson's Wax seals up the pores, guarding the finish against scuffing feet and dirt. A Johnson Wax floor is more beautiful with every application of wax. It's easy to clean and never needs scrubbing again. For over 50 years, Johnson's Wax has been giving protection and beauty to floors, furniture, and woodwork everywhere. It's sold in practically every country in the world. Order some yourself tomorrow. You'll find more than 100 uses for this labor-saving product listed on the package. With the winter dramatic season sneaking up on us, there's been a great public clamor for Fibber to revive his original play, Hiawatha, which you may remember had a long run at the Bijou Theater one night in November 1936. And here in the living room at 79 Wistful Vista discussing the revival, we find Fibber McGee and Molly.
I told you, Molly, that someday they'd want to revive that play of mine.
Heavenly days. I don't know how they could revive anything as dead as that.
Oh, I don't know. I think it's a pretty catchy little play.
Say, how do you think Mr. Boomer would play the part of the Indian chief?
Oh, he'll be okay if we have a big audience.
Oh, temperamental, huh?
Oh, no, but he says he can always play a buck with more confidence when he's got a full house.
Well, I'm certainly glad Mr. Gildersleeve's going to be in the play.
Oh, me too. He'll be great.
Oh, yeah.
That guy ain't got any more nerves than a set of false teeth. Don't worry about Gildersleeve. He'll be...
Oh, how do you do, Mrs. Uppington?
Oh, how do you do, Mrs. McGee? And Mr. McGee?
Hi, Uppy.
I just thought I'd drop in and discuss this afternoon's rehearsal with you. It went splendidly, didn't it?
Oh, I don't know, Uppy. Some of those characters
And
didn't...
you are simply magnificent as a director, Mr. McGee.
Oh, well.
Now tell me, when did you first become interested in theatrical work?
Oh, well, I'll tell you, Uppy. When I was only 7 years old, I went to a corn carnival in Peoria. They was advertising the peep show for 25 cents, and when I went in, all they had was a box of baby chickens. Right then and there, I realized there was dough to be made in the theatrical business. Well, sir, I started
Tell me, Mrs. McGee, at the rehearsal this afternoon, did you notice that perfectly absurd Indian costume Mrs. Gildersleeve was wearing?
Oh, wasn't it awful, Mrs. Uppington?
Oh, my.
And then in 1909, I seen the Dolly Sisters.
And did you see Mrs. DePopulis spanking herself with a hairbrush because she'd read somewhere that the Indians tanned their own hides? Oh, now, did you ever hear anything so fantastic?
Then in about 1914, I seen Raymond Hitchcock and Hitchy Coo.
You know, but the funniest thing to me was when one of the characters came in wearing an Indian headdress with ostrich feathers and moccasins with 4-inch French heels, and it turned out to be you.
Wasn't that perfectly ridiculous? She looked so terrible. Oh, why, you mean me. Really, my dear. My costumer assured me.
And from there, I went to Hollywood, where I got a job as a director for school kids at a busy intersection. Well, sir, I was...
And did you see Mrs. Toots? Did you see her in that Indian princess costume with the bustle?
Yes. Wasn't that a scream, Mrs. Uppington?
It's simply revolting, my dear. I spoke to her about it myself. I said, really, Mrs. Toots, I said, is that a bustle or has your papoose slipped?
And by that time, I seen where talking pictures had a real future. So what does I do but
Oh, good heavens, I didn't realize it was so late. I must be going. Oh, and thank you for that wonderful talk about the theater, Mr. McGee.
Huh?
Well, goodbye.
What does she mean to talk about the theater? I couldn't get a word in edgeways.
Oh, well.
The way you gals like to rip each other up the back, it's a wonder you ain't born with zippers on your spine. Thank goodness we got some good male characters in this play.
Say, how will Mr. Gildersleeve do?
Oh, I say, don't worry about him. He's wonderful. Why, he's the only guy in the whole bunch that I'm absolutely sure of.
Oh.
You see, he's in the big moment of the play. That's where I come in.
Oh.
Come in.
Oh, hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. We were just talking about you.
Yeah, I was just saying, Throcky, old man, that if everybody in this show was as dependable as you...
McGee?
Huh?
I can't go through with it.
What?
What you mean, Gildersleeve?
Well, frankly, McGee, I don't know. How do you feel when you have stage fright?
Why, that's easy, Mr. Gildersleeve. With stage fright, you have hot and cold running water in your arteries, and your hands feel like they belong to somebody else, and you wish they did.
Oh, that's me.
But, Gildersleeve, you don't mean to tell me you have stage fright. Why, I was depending on you.
I'm sorry, McGee. My goodness. I don't know what's come over me. Well, I'm simply terrified.
Oh, well, that's too bad, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Oh, come, Throcky. You can do it all right. After all, I seen you make a speech at the annual Rotary Club's banquet and never even fiddle with a fork.
Yes, McGee, but that's different. I've been making that same speech for 20 years. But this... No, I can't do it, McGee.
Oh, come on, Gildersleeve. You only got one line. All you have to say is, here comes Hiawatha now.
Yeah?
Sure. That's all there is to it. Go ahead. Let's hear you do it.
All right, I'll try, McGee. Here comes Hiawatha now.
Oh, well, heavenly days. Now, what's the matter with that? Those pauses were very dramatic.
Oh, no.
Why, shucks, Gildersleeve. You ain't got a thing to worry about. Being nervous makes just for a good performance.
Well, I don't know, McGee.
And I know what I'm talking about, too. Why, when I was only a kid 3 years old, I started to be interested in theatricals. Why, when I was 4, I built my first theater out of a box that my father brought home from the office. Box Office McGee, I was known as in the day. Box Office McGee, the boy Belasco of Broadway, buying, booking, bartering big batches of backdrop biters, busy as a bee, bringing a big boon in business to bare boxes and balconies, ballyhooing buffoons like Ben Blue, Ben Bernie, and Ben Hur, and bragged about as the Beau Brummel of the Barnstormers, from Boston's burlesque bold and risque to the brassy bands of the Bay of Biscay. I got to get to the theater in time to check the scenery and costume. Here, right down this alley here.
Heavenly days. Why do all stage doors have to be up a dark, dirty old alley?
Oh, don't sneer, Mrs. McGee. That's a valuable tradition. It brings the actors back to reality.
What do you mean, reality?
Well, for instance, when an actor's playing Henry VIII and takes off his gold sword and diamond-studded helmet and steps out of the theater into an alley full of stray cats and garbage cans, he realizes he ain't a king.
No?
He's just a mug with an overdue laundry bill and his name spelled wrong in the reviews. Hey, that ain't a bad idea.
Hi, mister.
Oh, hello there, little girl. What you doing? I says, what you waiting here for? You got a friend in the show?
No.
Oh, you ain't, huh?
Yes.
Oh, you have?
No.
Huh? Oh, never mind.
Okay. Say, mister, what time do they feed the actors?
Well, that's a tough one to answer, sis. A lot of actors have asked that same question. One side, sis. We got to go in the theater.
Oh, well, gee, can I please have your autograph? And can I please, and can I?
Have my what?
Your autograph?
Well, oh, you mean my autograph? Why, sure. There you are.
Oh, you just signed your name.
Well, what'd you expect? My address, phone number, and blood pressure?
Oh, gee, for 2 bits I can send to Hollywood and get a big picture of almost anybody. Signed, to my dear little pal and faithful member of the Hoosiers Fan Club with the affectionate regards of...
Oh, you can, huh?
Sure.
Well, I guess you know your way around all right. Incidentally, you're kind of young to be a stage door Jenny, ain't you?
No.
Oh, yeah, sure. But that's okay. Why, when I was a young fellow, I used to be one myself.
Oh, honest?
Why, sure. I was always sporting around with some beautiful actress.
Oh, gee. Sarah Bernhardt, I bet so.
Well, I wouldn't go that far back, sis. You hear her talk, Molly? She don't even know what a stage door Johnny is.
Oh, yes, I do.
Oh, no, you don't.
Oh, yes, I do.
Oh, no, you don't.
Oh, yes, I do.
Oh, what is it then?
Well, a stage door Johnny is a chap who hangs around with orchids in his hand and dough in his jeans, waiting for a chorus girl with knots in her legs and larceny in her hide. Well, come on, Molly. Let's go in.
Sorry there, kids. You can't come in. Actors only.
What do you mean, actors only?
Oh, hello there, Johnny. Hello, daughter. Didn't recognize you.
Has Billy Mills and the orchestra arrived yet?
See?
We was wondering if Billy Mills and his boys are in the pit. Incidentally, you know why they put them fellas down in that pit, old-timer. It's the only way you can make a musician look up to an actor.
That's pretty good, Johnny. That ain't the way I heard it. The way I heard it, one feller says to t'other feller, say, he says, I just read where there's more horses in this country than there ever was. Think you'll ever replace the automobile? Nope, says t'other feller, not entirely. Anyway, not until they can cover baseballs with the skin of a Buick. Say, you kids better get dressed.
Okay. All right, folks, now has everybody got their parts? All the costumes okay?
Say, Fibber.
For goodness sakes, Mr. Wilcox, not so loud. They'll hear you out front.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, I'm glad to see you got a good-looking Indian costume, Harlow.
Thanks. Say, do you mind if I make a little curtain speech to kind of tie in with the show?
Must be a very funny speech, but I'm afraid not, Harlow. If there's any speech-making to be done, I'll do it.
Why, Mr. Wilcox? What did you want to tell them? And what do you mean tie in with the show?
Well, I wanted to say something about another redskin bites the dust, and then something about dust bites another redskin because he didn't have sense enough to avoid dust and dirt in his wigwam by using Johnson's self-polishing blow coat. You know, the no rubbing, no buffing floor polish that shines as it dries. I think it'd be very neat.
Hey, what's the matter with you, Wilcox? That was a cute idea, but it wasn't that good.
It wasn't?
Why?
Oh, I guess it wasn't. No!
Well, what on earth is so amusing?
What? Oh, you mean what am I laughing at? I can't help it. The feathers in this darn headdress keep tickling the back of my neck. Hey, what do you say, Jasper?
Kiss is one that lingers on. The dearest memory always lingers with us all.
Last night I touched your fingertips, and when I kissed your lips, I fell in love last night. Last night I felt your heart beat fast. Swiftly the moment passed. Why couldn't it last night? Tonight here I am all alone.
must I be alone? I miss you last night. Why did we say goodbye? My heart keeps asking why couldn't it last night? I miss you so tonight. Here I am all alone. My lovely dreams have flown. Why must I be alone? I miss you last night. Why did we say goodbye? Why did we say goodbye? My heart keeps asking why couldn't it last
Ladies and gentlemen, that beautiful number by Donald Novis and the Paul Taylor choristers denoted the lapse of 2 hours and 2 acts of Hiawatha. So we proceed with the third smashing act of this gripping drama. As the curtain rises, Pocahontas is talking with her father, Chief Powhatan.
And what does my father, the mighty Chief Powhatan, think of my lover?
Well, now, my little beaver dam, or dame, I don't believe I caught the name, but if he is a mighty warrior, perhaps he is the right lad for you.
He is Hiawatha, Father, and he is strong. He is brave. He is handsome. He is, well, in fact, Popsy, he's Clark Gable with feathers.
Why doesn't Pocahontas rave about some handsome local brave? I'd like to see you share your tent with someone who's a local gent.
Hush, Father. He comes. Hiawatha comes.
Here comes Hiawatha. Now?
Hi, Pocahontas.
Hi, Hiawatha. Whither comest thou hither from?
From the shores of Hoochie Coochie, from the shining big sea water. I have come for Pocahontas. Tell your dad I want his daughter.
Welcome, welcome. To our teepee. Hiawatha, mighty warrior.
Listen, Pokey, tell your father not to sneer at Hiawatha. If he does not care for strangers, he is just a dog in manger.
Say not so, my Hiawatha. He is but the chief, my father. He is old, and though he's flighty, he is Powhatan the mighty. Father, this is Hiawatha. Hiawatha's my boyfriend.
Hello, my boy. I hear you're smarting.
Smotin'.
Smitten.
Smote or smarting, Smith or smarting, it's the same. There is no difference. Welcome, welcome, Hiawatha. Stick around and meet your in-laws. Incidentally, where you from, kid?
I have come from Jamestown thither. They are all in quite a dither. They are planning a Thanksgiving.
They should be thankful. They are living.
And what of us, my Hiawatha? How does this affect the Redskins?
We are all invited hither. They're having turkey, and I love it. It's a break. We must not muff it.
I should say so, Hiawatha. I always think that I have got luck when I'm asked to share some potluck. But the sky looks like we'd have wet weather, so I'll go put on my rubber feather.
What's this Minnehaha rumor? Or has gossip pulled a bloomer?
She's just an old friend of the family. Just a squaw that men forget. She gave me one ha-ha too many. Too many ha-has she was giving.
Ah, then come, my Hiawatha. Let us walk into the forest.
That's the thought, my Pocahontas. We will walk by spruce and birch trees. By the whispering pines and hemlocks.
By the gurgling streams and brooklets.
Buy a can of Johnson's Glow Coat. By and large, it is the finest. Oh, you got me.
Hiawatha never misses. Come on, Pokey, let's try some kisses.
Ah, what is that? I hear a crashing. Hark, if you can stop your mashing.
It's probably a bear or plover.
Or Henry Wadsworth turning over. Ah, look, they come, my Hiawatha. It is Powhatan, my father. They are noisy. They are fearful. They give me an awful earful.
Me too. Hiawatha hears them whooping. Listen to that boop-a-dooping. It is not their spears I fear. It is just their whoops, my dear.
If I were you, I'd make for home. They plan to devastate your dome. You lose your hair and I lose you. I wouldn't blame you if you blew.
Say not so, my sweetheart true. I'll stay and shoot a buck or two.
Look, my boy, see, it's this way. My warriors seem to resent my daughter marrying outside the tribe. The tribe thinks we should beat your brains out. Huh? All right, boys, grab him.
Oh, Father, make them stop that yelping. My lover's bald and not worth scalping.
Never mind them, Pocahontas. It appears they just don't want it. If these boys are really sore, that's all there is. There ain't no more.
Blindfold him. That's it. No. I'll bring him over to this stump, and if he struggles, slug the chum.
Oh. Father.
Careful there. Be quiet, daughter. This guy jilted Laughing Water.
What?
Just got this wire. Racine, Wisconsin, where Minnie Ha-Ha works for Johnson. She says she had him in the halter, but he faded at the altar. All right, boys. All right, boys. Let me at him with this tomahawk. Now, where'll I put that tomahawk? Tomahawk. I'm right here someplace.
My.
Let's see, here's a postcard from my boot black. Says they sent his father back to the prison farm. Oh, well, nothing like making hay while the sun shines. A credit card on a Chinese flop house. Very luxurious joint, too. Orientals all over the floor. And a check for short beer. Well, imagine that. No tomahawk. Guess I'll have to use this war club. Ready, boys? When I say 3, bash his brains out. Maybe we should have brought a smaller club.
Oh, Hiawatha, darling, do not let them bump you off.
Goodbye, Pocahontas. Tell the costumer I died with his moccasins on.
Not so, my boy. We cannot do it. If we went on, we both would rue it.
Hey, what do you mean, Powhatan?
History says you were saved.
Huh?
And who am I to make a mug out of history?
Oh. You are saved. Hiawatha is saved, and we will live happily ever after.
Oh, where's the applause? Didn't they get the idea?
Didn't who get the idea?
The audience.
Oh, them. They went home long ago.
Low brows.
We'll be back in just a moment. When you buy linoleum, its colors are bright and fresh. Wouldn't it be nice if you could always keep them that way? Well, you can very easily, simply by buying a can of Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat. Glow Coat will not only keep the colors bright and new-looking, but it will also make the linoleum last years longer than floor covering that is continually scrubbed with soap and water. Too much scrubbing softens and cracks the surface. Glow Coat protects the surface. And besides this protection, Glow Coat's a wonderful labor saver. In the first place, it requires no rubbing or buffing. It's self-polishing. Just apply and let dry. And in 20 minutes, you have a sparkling, beautiful floor. In the second place, it's easy to keep a glow-coated floor spotless. Spots and stains wipe up quickly with a damp cloth. You can use Glow Coat for your painted and varnished wood floors, too. You'll find it everywhere. The attractive red and yellow can of Glow Coat. Spelled GLO-COAT.
We're sorry to announce that Donald Novus, who has been with us for more than a year, leaves tonight for a personal appearance on the concert tour.
Yes, and we're very happy to have had you with us, Don, and we all wish you every success.
Lots of good luck, Don.
Thank you, Fibber and Molly.
Good night.
Good night, all.
This is Harlow Wilcox, speaking for the makers of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat, Racine, Wisconsin, inviting you all to be with us again next week at this same time. Good night.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.
The Johnson Wax Program with Fibber McGee and Molly. The makers of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat present Marion and Jim Jordan as Fibber McGee and Molly with Bill Thompson, Jimmy Shields, and Billy Mills Orchestra. The show opens with It's a Happy Day. Before we get together for another Fibber and Molly show next week, many of you will be richer by many lovely Christmas gifts. When you have them all unwrapped and you're standing there thinking how nice Santa was to you, ask yourself this question. How many of these presents should be protected with genuine Johnson's Wax? Now, to some of you, that might seem a strange thought. Of course, you can't wax a necktie or a handkerchief or a negligee, but you'd be surprised how many things you can protect and preserve with Johnson's Wax. Picture frames and parchment lampshades, for instance. A wax polish will keep them beautiful and easier to clean and dust. Leather goods, new luggage, shoes, fine book covers, handbags should all be given a Johnson Wax beauty treatment. Guns, fishing rods, sleds, even fine briar pipes all benefit in appearance and service when they're wax protected. It's the same Johnson's Wax that has beautified and protected floors for over 50 years that gives greater beauty to tables, chairs, and woodwork. So, before you begin to use these lovely gifts, protect their beauty with genuine Johnson's Wax. Molly has convinced Fibber that his back fence quarrels with neighbor Gildersleeve have no place during the Yuletide season. Result? Here, shoveling the snow off Gildersleeve's sidewalk in a burst of virtue and perspiration, we find Fibber McGee and Molly.
Ah, nice work, McGee. Only 20 feet to go. Are you tired, dearie?
Oh, phew. All right, tired. And look at these blisters.
Oh, heavenly days. They are big, aren't they?
Big. I ain't had such blisters since I played hooky from the 5th grade.
How could you get blisters on your hand playing hooky?
Did I say they was on my hand?
Go to work. You're almost through now.
Okay.
There.
Well, all finished. Whew, am I tired.
And a nice job, too, dearie.
Yeah, but it ain't right, Molly. Doing all this work for a big heel like Gildersleeve.
Well, a heel never gets anywhere without some good soul to lead the way.
Wow.
Let's go in the house. I'm cold after that.
Hey, Fibber, Molly, I've got something for you.
Oh, look, McGee, Mr. Wilcox.
Uh-oh. This may be that thing, folks. Better start taking up the rug. Well, and what have you got for us, Mr. Wilcox?
A big package. Here, take it, Fibber.
Oh, is it from you, Mr. Wilcox?
No, I just happened to see your name on it at the post office, so I told the mailman I'd save him a trip.
Oh, gee, thanks, Arlo. What you been doing at the post office?
Oh, I just sent my little nephew a snake for Christmas.
Oh. Snake? That's kind of dangerous, ain't it, for a kid?
No, it couldn't hurt him. It's just a baby snake.
How do you know?
Well, it's still carrying its little rattle.
Oh.
Well, so long, folks.
Reminds me of the time when I was a boy, Molly. Somebody gave me a Great Dane for my birthday, but I had to give it away.
Why?
Cost too much to feed him. Had the house broke before he was.
Oh. Well, come on, let's go in and open up this package.
Okay. Who's the package from, Molly?
Look, McGee.
Huh?
It's from your Uncle Sycamore.
No. Not old Uncle Sycamore McGee.
Right.
Why, he wouldn't send anybody anything. That guy's tighter than the middle sardine.
But you always said he was a very wealthy man.
Sure, he is, but he's such a miser, that's probably a couple of pounds of sawdust to refill that rag doll he gave me when I was 3 years old.
Oh, McGee.
And I'll bet he foreclosed the mortgage on the saloon to get the sawdust.
Well, whatever it is, I don't think we should open it until Christmas. Uncle Sycamore'd be offended.
Now, wait a minute, Molly. Wait a minute. As the guy says when he's seen the gal in the old-fashioned bathing suit, there must be more here than meets the eye. Maybe the old spider has finally got a hunk of Christmas spirit.
Yeah, like old Scrooge. Maybe he's broken down at last.
Sure, he's getting pretty well along in years, you know. Maybe he's begun to realize that I'm old enough now to handle large sums of money, and maybe he's... Oh, shucks, I'm dreaming.
Well, don't wake up now. Go on and dream.
I was just thinking the old skinflint might really send a wad of dough to... Oh, no, I'm wrong. Not that old tightwad.
How can a man be so stingy?
I don't know.
They say he's so close-fisted, the only way a fortune teller can read his palm is with an X-ray.
Yeah? What'd you say? X-ray.
Yeah.
That's it, Molly. You got it. X-ray. We'll get that package X-ray. That won't hurt Uncle Sycamore's feelings.
Wonderful, McGee, wonderful. Oh, you're so clever.
Oh, it was nothing that any red-blooded American boy could... Get your hat, Molly. We're going downtown and get this box X-ray. We'll even take a cab.
I'll be right with you, dear.
Oh, I'm a millionaire if that package you got there is more than a sack of navy beans. You ready, Molly? Let's go.
Attention's on, buddy. The Whistle Vista X-ray Laboratory, second door on the left. Here's your change, Doc.
Oh, go. That's all right. Keep it, bud.
Gee, thanks. This'll come in handy. I was all out of sin.
Well, what did you swallow?
We ain't swallowed anything, sis.
Oh, really?
No.
Most everybody comes in here swallowed something. Hairpins or coins or tacks. I'm writing a book about it.
I can't even swallow that.
What's the title of your book, dearie?
How to get to the seat of your trouble without calling an usher.
I'm author myself, you know, sis.
What did you write?
The Midget's Britches. It was one of them shorts.
Now, look, miss. We want some X-ray pictures taken of this package.
Yeah.
I see. If you sit down, the technician will see you in a few minutes.
Oh, fine.
Oh, McGee, you know, I'm a little nervous.
Me too.
What if there is $1 million in this package?
Oh, don't say too much about it, Mama.
Oh, good day, my dear. Will you please see if my X-ray plates are ready?
Oh, sorry, Mrs. Uppington. They won't be ready until tomorrow.
Hey, Molly, look who's here. A big flake off the upper crust.
Well, for goodness sakes. You who, Mrs. Uppington?
Oh, how do you do, Mrs. McGee? Oh, so nice to see you. Oh, and Mr. McGee.
Hi, Uppy.
Did I hear you asking about some X-ray plates, Mrs. Uppington?
Yes, they're for my brother Stuyvesant. Stuyvesant is an operatic baritone, you know. He played here last winter.
Oh, yes. Stuyvesant Uppingtonio. We heard him in the Barber of Seville. Remember, McGee?
Barbara who? Let me think. Barbara... Oh, yeah. Wasn't he the fat guy in the red tights that come out and hollered, next?
Please, Mr. McGee.
Well, what happened to Stuyvesant, Mrs. Uppington?
Oh, it happened last week at the annual banquet of the Union League Club. I was there with Stuyvesant, and I noticed he was eating entirely too fast. So I spoke to him about it. Sty, I said, you mustn't eat so fast. Really, I said, you're acting like a pig, Sty.
Dear.
Yes, and just then it... Oh, what a horrible moment. He swallowed a lace doily.
Oh.
Not Stuyvesant.
My, he was hungry, wasn't he?
Does he like Chinese food, Uppy? I got an extra laundry bag he can have if he'll take the
Please.
thing.
Mr. McGee, I don't consider Stuyvesant's predicament any cause for levity.
Oh.
Particularly in view of the outrageous newspaper publicity.
What'd the newspapers do, Uppy?
Oh, that horrible nickname they gave for Stuyvesant when they saw the x-rays of that lace doily over his heart.
What nickname, Mrs. Uppington?
The human Valentine.
Oh.
Isn't that perfectly disgusting? Oh, well, goodbye.
What in conket you suppose is in that package, Molly? Here, let me heft it a minute.
Here it is.
Weighs about 9 pounds. I wonder what weighs 9 pounds.
I did when I was born.
Oh, there, baby. Here's the films you ordered.
Oh, thank you. Better stop by again tomorrow.
Sure will, baby. Well, hello there, Johnny. Hello, daughter. Glad to see you.
Hello, Mr. Oldtimer. I see you're working for some film company.
Yep, they say it's got a great future, too. But I don't know. I still like the old stereopticon.
You would.
Hey!
Incidentally, you know who invented the magic lantern? Old Diogenes, when he was looking for an honest man. He knew he couldn't do it without magic.
That's pretty good, Johnny. But that ain't the... See, what am I talking about? That wasn't either good. See? Oh, the way I heard it, one feller says to t'other feller, see, says, have you seen Tom Hope's new picture, The Cat and the Canary? No, says the second feller. Anyway, that ain't Tom Hope's picture, it's Bob Hope. Oh, says the first feller. I thought he played the part of the cat. Well, so long, kids. Merry Christmas.
Same to you, old-timer. Tom Hope. I wonder what would happen if the Cat and the Canary ever played a double bill of mice and men. I'll bet the mice would...
Woohoo! One side, everybody. Let me see the X-ray man.
I'm afraid you can't see him right now, Grandma. He's busy.
Okay, Shorty. I just wanted my collarbone x-rayed. I think I busted it.
Huh?
But it don't really matter. I hardly ever wear collars anyway. Yippee!
How'd you bust a collarbone, Grandma?
I fell off a boxcar bumming my way back from Atlanta. Woohoo! What a trip.
Yeah?
I went down there for the preview of Gone with the Wind. Wowee, what a picture. Only thing is, Skippy, I didn't get the big ovation I expected.
Ovation? What did you expect?
And that Clark Gable never even give me a tumble. The rep.
Now, wait a minute. What is this? Why should they have paid any attention to you, Grandma?
Shorty?
Huh?
It was a long time ago when you was only a boy.
Yeah?
But I was the first girl ever tested for Scarlett O'Hara. Oh, them were the good old days. Say, girlie, when the dock is free, give me a ring at the bowling alley. Woohoo! One side for a glamour girl.
Glamour girl, eh?
Say, she might have come from a good Southern family at that, McGee.
Yeah. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if hers was one of the first families of Virginia to go barefoot.
Mr. McGee, the technician will see you now. Oh, thank you, dearie. Bring the package, McGee.
Okay. Ooh, careful, Molly. It's kind of dark in here.
Yeah.
You the X-ray technician, Bud?
Certainly am, Wogglebug. Yes, indeed.
Oh, Boomer.
Yes, Horatio K. Boomer. Expert on the short wave and the long haul.
Say, we want to have this package x-rayed, Mr. Boomer. We think there's money in it.
Yeah.
Money?
Yeah.
Why, of course, of course.
Yeah.
Now, look here, Boomer. I won't stand for this. You... Oh, hello, Fibber and Molly. Excuse me.
Oh, don't mind us, Harlow, but ain't you in the wrong office? This is an X-ray, not a fluoroscope.
Well, never mind that now. Look here, Boomer. You're a gyp.
Now, there is a very penetrating bit of character analysis. Go on, Mr. Wilcox.
Yes. Proceed with the indictment, my long-limbed linoleum lover.
Well, looky here. Look at this fake X-ray photograph of Mrs. Perkins' spinal column.
Is that it?
You told her this proved she needed a long series of X-ray treatments for her lame back.
Well, now, wait a minute, Harlow. Maybe Boomer's right.
Oh, yeah? I took this picture to a real X-ray expert, and he said this was a fairly bad photograph of a banana stalk.
Heavens. A banana stalk.
Curses, I am undone.
Now, you know very well, Boomer, there's nothing wrong with Mrs. Perkins' back that a little rest from floor scrubbing wouldn't cure in a week.
Uh-oh. Somebody must have left the script open.
Now, I told Mrs. Perkins, Boomer, to get some Johnson self-polishing glow coat for her linoleum, and she'd never again have a lame back from hours of scrubbing and worrying about scuffed and dull linoleum.
I'll say so.
Why, with glow coat, all she has to do is pour a little on the linoleum, spread it around, and wait for it to dry. No rubbing, no buffing. It's as simple as that. Here, take your picture of the banana stalk.
Rather like that, young man. Admire your sincerity. Excitable fellow, though.
Well, hurry up and x-ray that package, will you, Mr. Boomer?
Ah, yes, the package. Interesting assignment. Though this work presents many a fascinating problem. For instance, I x-ray a man, and all the valuables in his pockets are immediately exposed to my view.
Oh.
Care to look at some of my trophies? Here's a pair of star sapphire cufflinks. Had to give a patient 50,000 volts to get those. Must have been quite a shock to him. Yes. Here's a beautiful wallet. Took it right out from under a fellow's eye.
Huh?
Here's the wallet. And here's his eye. Here's a check for short beer. Yes, it's a fascinating...
Oh, come on. Hurry up, Boomer, and x-ray this package.
Control yourself, Peabody. Control yourself. Just wait till I turn on the juice. Ready? Go. Seems to be something wrong. Miss Abernathy! Miss Abernathy!
Yes, Mr. Boomer?
Seems to be something wrong here with the car.
Yes, it was shut off a little while ago. You haven't paid the light bill.
Well, imagine that. No current.
Come on, dearie, let's go home.
Yeah.
I'd suggest you try another X-ray expert, and more power to him.
Folks, Jimmy Shields sings a beautiful old Irish ballad. I'll Take You Home Again, Kathleen. Take it, please.
I'll take you home again, Kathleen, across the ocean wild and wide, where your heart has ever been. Since first you were my bonny bride, the roses all have left your cheek. I've watched them fade away and die. Your voice is sad whenever you speak, and tears bedim your loving eyes. I'll take you back again, Kathleen, where your heart will feel no pain. And when the fields are fresh and green, I'll take you to your home
Well, we certainly wasted a lot of time, McGee.
Yeah, listen, Molly, I can't wait till Christmas to open this package from Uncle Sycamore. Let's open it up now.
Okay, McGee, I give up. Open it.
Okay, nobody here but us chickens. Here she goes. Now, if this box is full of dough, we'll have it to spend for Christmas.
Right.
Then we'll... Oh, for the... Come in.
Telegram for Fibber McGee. Sign here. Thanks.
Oh, that's okay, Bud. Keep the change. And a Merry Christmas to you.
What's it say, McGee?
Listen. Dear nephew, please take my clothes out of box and hang them up. Will arrive December 24th to spend the holidays. Don't meet me at the station. We'll walk. It's cheaper. Signed Sycamore McGee. Well, I'll be a... Run upstairs and get a cake of soap and a hairbrush, Molly. I think you're going to have to wash my mouth out and spank me in a few minutes.
Well, let yourself go, dearie. I know just how you feel.
Why, that stingy old rip. Molly, it ain't fair. Doing me out of $1 million like that. Not after the way I scrimped and saved and denied myself all these years. Ah, shucks, that spoils my whole Christmas.
Oh, now, come. Cheer up, dearie. It isn't that bad.
Go away.
Oh, be quiet. Come in.
Bad wreck.
Hi, mister.
Oh. What's on your mind, sis? I says, what you want?
What you got?
That's beside the point.
Gee, is it? You'd better be careful in having it,
Hadn't what? Listen, little girl, I ain't in any mood for small talk today. I just had a great sorrow.
Oh.
What you want?
Well, gee, I've just been going around the neighborhood looking at people's Christmas trees, I bet you. Where's yours?
We ain't put it up yet.
Oh.
What's more, the way I feel now, I don't care if we never have a
Oh, McGee, now that's no way to talk.
Well, anyway, what...
Gee, I guess you're an old sourpuss, mister, I bet you.
I am not.
Oh, yes, you are.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Oh, yes, you are.
Oh, no, I am. Or am I? Hey, maybe I am at that. Hey, what's the matter with me, anyway?
I'd rather tell you sometime after Christmas, mister.
Oh, you would, eh? Look, sis, you were absolutely right. I am a sourpuss.
Sure.
I'm a Scrooge. You come back Monday and take a look at our Christmas tree, and I think I can safely say there'll be something on it for you.
Gee, honest? Oh, boy.
Get a load of that expression, Molly. I'll bet this is the first place she comes on Christmas morning.
Oh, no, it won't.
Huh?
This is the 14th place, mister.
What?
Looky, I got a list, and they've all promised me a present. Gee, aren't people peachy, though? Hey, Willie. Yeah? I made my quota. How'd you do over at Jones's?
Takes a kid like that to get you in the Christmas spirit. You know, Molly, this really is a great time of the year.
Why, sure it is.
Yes, sir.
I'll almost be glad to have your Uncle Sycamore here.
Well, I wouldn't go quite that far. What do we got to kick about? Enough to eat, a good home, nice neighbors?
Even Mr. Gildersleeve?
Why, sure, Gildersleeve is okay. And when he finds out I shoveled his sidewalk off for him, why, he'll be... Oh, I'll bet that's him now. Look, Molly, let's ask him and his wife over for dinner and bridge tonight. Let's really get acquainted with them. I'll bet they're real people.
That's a good idea, McGee.
Yeah.
Come in. Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. So nice to see you.
Hi, Throcky, old man. Merry Christmas. Did you notice I shoveled all the snow off your sidewalk?
Yes, I did. And listen here, McGee. Why don't you shovel off your own sidewalk? I'll take care of mine, and you take care of yours.
Well, I'll be a naughty comment.
Why, Mr. Gildersleeve, what do you mean? McGee thought it would be a nice neighborly gesture.
Mrs. McGee, the only gesture I want from that man you took for better or worse, and I know which, is a gesture of farewell.
Oh, yeah? Gildersleeve, you got no more gratitude than a collector of internal revenue.
Oh, is that so?
Yes, that's so.
McGee, one of these days I'm going to tangle with you. And you'll wind up in a bigger cast than they had in The Wizard of Oz.
Gildersleeve, if you ever twitch a lapel toward me, I'll hand a couple of socks on your chin that Santa Claus couldn't fill in 8 centuries.
Oh, is that so?
Yes, that's so.
All right, boys. Break it up. Break it up.
Molly,
Mrs. McGee, if this loose word of banana oil...
Quiet, both of you. Sit down, McGee.
Okay.
And you, Mr. Gildersleeve. For shame.
Well,
The idea. Here it is nearly Christmas, and me husband went out of his way to...
I hope next time he goes so far out of his way he'll get lost.
Listen, Gildersleeve, you can't talk that way to my wife about her husband.
Now, listen here. I won't have this quarreling in my house. Not with Johnson's wax on the floor.
What's that got to do with it?
Nothing. But we haven't mentioned it for some time. Now, look, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Yes?
Why on earth should you be angry because somebody does you a favor?
Yeah.
McGee saves you a lot of work, just as a friendly act.
Yeah.
You're ungrateful and unreasonable.
But, Mrs. McGee, I want to shovel that snow off the sidewalk myself. In the first place, my wife got me a new show snubble for Christmas. My doctor told me to do it for the exercise. McGee is deliberately undermining my health. That's what he's doing. Not that I have anything against you. I like you, Mrs. McGee. Merry Christmas to you.
Fibber and Molly will be back in just a moment. I'd like to say a word in the meantime about your kitchen. If someone asked you where you were going to spend the holidays, many of you could almost truthfully say, in the kitchen. You certainly will spend more time there than you usually do, so why not make it as bright and cheerful as possible? How? Well, Johnson's self-polishing glow coat will help greatly by giving your linoleum floors bright new beauty, bringing out their natural fresh colors, and protecting them with a polish that is easy to keep clean. Now, if you don't know how simple it is to use Glow Coat, just try a can tomorrow. There's practically no work at all. No rubbing or buffing. Just apply Glow Coat and let it dry. In 20 minutes, your floors gleam with new beauty. Besides making the floors beautiful and saving you work, Johnson's self-polishing glow coat will make your linoleum last much longer. Ask your dealer for some tomorrow in the familiar red and yellow can, spelled GLO-COAT. Johnson's self-polishing glow coat.
Well, Molly, as I always say, huh?
Say, did you get our Christmas tree yet?
No, but I'm going to run out right now and bring in the clothes pole.
Clothes pole?
Yeah, with all the needles I've got today, I can make my own tree. Folks, this is our last chance to talk to you before Monday, and so on behalf of S.C. Johnson & Son and all of us on the program,
we want to wish you a very Merry Christmas.
Good night.
Good night, all.
This is Harlow Wilcox, speaking for the makers of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's self-polishing glow coat, Racine, Wisconsin, inviting you all to join us again next Tuesday night at this same time. Good night.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.
Thank you for listening to and showing your support for my podcast. If you would like to receive notifications of when new episodes are posted, please subscribe to my channel. Subscriptions are 100% free, and they really help me get an idea of how I'm doing. Well, hope you enjoyed, and until next time, stay safe, wish you well, and as always, peace.